I'm Bowling Otter.
And I'm Lissy Sandwich.
And welcome to
The BS on the Internet.
Well, it's been another one of those weeks.
We had a crazy week. It's been a crazy
I know we
couple
say that
of
every
weeks for
time,
us.
but like this has been a different kind of crazy week. Like, yeah, last week was a crazy week for some really terrible reasons.
Yeah.
For a really terrible reason in particular.
Yeah.
This week, we just been freaking sick.
Oh, guys.
All week.
I can't even tell
Colorado
you.
picked up something from, I think it was either the playground or a shopping cart or something.
Yeah.
But on Sunday, we noticed. It was
Last Sunday, so it would be a week ago today.
A week
this
ago,
is going
the
up.
day that this movie's coming.
This movie.
A week ago, the day this video's going up. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, wow, look, he's got a runny nose. How funny.
Yeah, he's like snotting. We're like, oh,
yeah,
wow,
we're like,
that
wow,
happen, huh?
July, how strange.
Yeah.
And then the next day, just
Everyone's
everybody
like, oh,
full blown
we all got
coughing. And I got a fever. You have some crazy post-nasal drip. We're all getting it in different things.
I have this crazy post-nasal drip that's keep me up. It keeps waking me up in the middle of the night, like over and over again.
I know. And we're so worried about the new baby.
Yeah.
And he got,
We were a little worried.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Where
he seems to be okay.
He's coughing. He's got a little bit of snot. We took him to the pediatrician.
Just to be sure.
Like, can you
He's
just
like
check
10
his
weeks
lungs?
old, right?
I know,
so gotta be careful.
10 weeks.
A 10-week-old gets a cold. That's something you gotta be a little worried about.
I know.
So we took him in just in case.
And I was trying so hard to not breathe on him. And I'm like holding him and sneezing like into like up in the air, like behind me. And I know that there's just no way. I'm like, he's going to get this.
Yeah.
Completely.
And he did.
So I don't know.
I
Are you
did too.
yawning? Are you tired?
I'm sorry.
We're
We
tired.
have been sleeping a lot.
Yeah, we're tired.
I'm starting to, as of
coughing.
today, it's Friday night, the 2nd that we're recording this.
Yeah.
I feel like today I might have taken
Coming out of the
a
woods.
small step forward.
Okay.
Like my throat feels like crap.
Yeah.
But like the rest of it's kind of clearing up.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel as sick in the head anymore,
Yeah.
you know?
It's all in my head.
I think it's going to have to depend on how I sleep tonight. Because last night was a little more rough than I thought. I thought it was better, and last night was not a good one.
Oh my gosh.
So hopefully tonight's a good one.
Mine is like, it's that real floaty kind of
That's
like.
what's kind of lifting today for me.
Really? Like
Yeah.
this cloudiness?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all from here up for me, but oh gosh, it's been terrible. But hopefully we're coming out of it. It looks like Toddler Otter's going to sleep through the night. He was waking up before and crying and getting up.
Yeah,
and going,
he was coughing in the middle of the night a lot. He's still coughing a little bit.
I know.
He was coughing in the monitor. It's a little.
Yeah.
And we also got, we're also a little more risky with Brother Otter tonight. He's in the monitor too.
Yes.
We got 2 monitors going. Well, 2 cameras going to the same thing.
gosh.
It just keeps switching back and forth so we can see who's doing what.
Yeah.
And Tyler Otter's in his room, and Brother Otter's in our room in the bassinet. So hopefully he doesn't wake up.
And earlier we were talking when we were having dinner. Maddie was like, like you hear people say that they've got like stress and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have 2 kids under 3 years old and everybody in the house is sick.
Yeah.
That's what's been really hard for me, at least, is putting aside my own sickness, because I just want to sleep.
That makes it a lot trickier.
Yeah, like
sure.
I just really, really want to sleep and take a nap and everything, and they're just like crying and snotting and coughing, and you have to just like be like, oh, it's not about you, just drink a lot of water. And I've been like living off cough drops and all kinds of stuff, but that was our week.
Yeah.
And a lot happened.
A lot happened anyway, yeah.
I know, so let's get started.
Okay.
All right, so something big that just happened yesterday, as in the first and Thursday, Ninja tweeted, Fortnite streamer Ninja tweeted that he was joining Mixer and streaming there exclusively, like going forward indefinitely. So it's like, he is Twitch's biggest streamer, right? I mean, he is the most popular channel. I think he has. He at least set several records. I don't know if he still holds them,
right.
But for like concurrent viewers and such. But either way, he's consistently one of the biggest and often the biggest streamer. And he's just straight up leaving Twitch.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought of is how much money
I know.
must they have thrown at him?
And I wonder if he went to Twitch and was like, hey.
You want to match this?
Yeah, like Mixer is gonna, is offering me all this.
It does make you wonder.
But it's gotta be like millions of dollars.
You gotta think, I mean, this guy is clearly at this point a savvy businessman. He is like, he's got that crazy Red Bull sponsorship.
Yeah.
He's got a mouse,
when that
a signature
happened.
mouse. He's got like
gosh.
a lot of really lucrative
This is wild.
sponsorships partnerships. He's got Samsung deal.
Yeah.
Like he's sponsored by Samsung. I mean, there's like some. So he knows how to. Apparently, his wife has a lot to do with that.
Oh, really?
Actually. She's his manager.
Oh.
And I think she does like a lot of the negotiating and like getting the deals done. So good on her. Jessica Blevins got to be like, she knows what she's doing.
Wow.
But for however they did it, that this had to be a massive deal.
I know.
Massive deal.
Well, conversely, do you think it's going to be a big hit to Twitch?
I don't know. Twitch is still known as the de facto home for streaming. Especially game streaming.
Sure.
Although this tells you that Mixer is serious.
Yeah.
Like they want to get in the mix. They're getting the mix.
Oh my God.
They want to really they want to be a serious player because they've been out for a while and I've heard good things. I know that Swing Point streams on Mixer a lot.
Does he?
He does. He streams on everything
Swing
around.
Point.
But like I've heard good things about it. Every now and then I think I went into to check one of his streams once to see what Mixer was all about.
Oh.
And there's like some extra stuff going on. There's like skills you can do that like launch things on the screen. You can play games together.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just really another site for streaming.
Okay.
Although I've heard that they're very low latency. So that like when you're chatting, it's like very immediate.
Okay.
So I think that's like a lot of the
That's
attraction to it because they have the
tempting.
Microsoft
That's tempting.
Azure service, which is big in the cloud internet thing, cloud network stuff.
Yeah.
So although Amazon is AWS, so I don't know. I mean, they're kind of both on very equal footing for this. It's Microsoft versus Amazon here. But either way, I think if nothing else, a lot more people know what Mixer is right now than they did before.
Right. How do you feel about him leaving Twitch when Twitch helped make him? You know, is this a graduation or is this like
I don't know. I've seen some reaction to that. I've seen some people
shun.
like I dipped into it. His first stream was
Disloyal.
today, right? It was Friday Fortnite was today, and that was his first stream.
Oh, right.
He streamed from Lollapalooza.
Oh, yeah.
And like there was so many like right now if you go on there you can subscribe to him for free. It's this big promotion. Although I don't know if subscriptions on Mixer mean the same thing as they do on Twitch. I'm not really sure. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments.
Sure.
But
Please.
all I know is it's a big thing to get everybody in the door, and like there's a lot of people with like a lot of support in his chat, and then a lot of trolls in his chat.
Well,
so
of course.
It's like it's a lot of mixing on it, and I looked on Twitter, a lot of people calling him a sellout, which is always the funniest thing to me.
Yeah.
The sellout thing. It's like, dude, he made a business decision.
He did.
That made him a lot more money, and
But
he doesn't
that
have to
means a
change what he
lot
does
to a lot of
every day.
people.
I know,
That
but
means a
like,
lot.
how do we even
Yeah.
just how do you define that? You decided to accept money for a deal that makes you a sellout.
I know.
Like you have to do it for free
Yeah.
to not be a sellout.
A lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, but then you have to have another job.
I know.
Like
I
that
know.
doesn't help
I know.
anybody. I don't know. It's always the weirdest.
I'm
Whenever I
with
hear
you.
people say sellout,
Right.
that's like I don't know. It's so suspect to me.
You think so?
Yeah, I very
surface
rarely
level.
have seen people like invoke that in a way that actually ended up being like a legitimate complaint. You know?
Yeah. A
Like
lot
that
of
they
people
left
are really
behind
into-
something that like was like really different. Like his streams aren't going to be any different. You just have to go to a different website.
Right.
I mean, I guess the argument you
A lot of people have
mentioned
loyalty.
was like what about Twitch being such an important part of him coming up.
Yeah.
And I would argue that it's more like he was much more important to Twitch because he came about when they were still Justin.tv before they even changed to Twitch.
That's right.
He was a Halo pro. He started streaming on Justin.tv, got a very long, worked like for years, about 7 or 8 years at this point, to really develop a loyal following. He got he had like I think he got like his max popularity previous to Fortnite doing H1Z1.
Oh,
And
wow.
he set some record. I think he still holds the kills record on that right now.
Oh, wow.
You can go watch his archive
Oh my
streams. Actually,
gosh.
I watched it once. I was like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. But then Drake happened and Fortnite happened, and
sure.
he just went.
It
And
blew
like
up.
he became huge.
Yeah.
But like that kind of got everybody noticing Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Twitch didn't get everybody noticing Ninja. You know, I mean, like I know that symbiotic relationship, but I'm not
Sure.
sure. I feel like he had to he owed them something, and he has to be loyal to them.
Yeah.
You know, Mixer comes along and says, "Yo,
Well,
we'll
if
give you
it
millions
was-
of dollars because you know it was millions."
Yeah,
it had to
yeah.
be millions. You think about how much money he had just sitting in monthly subscriptions on Twitch.
I
it had to be millions.
I'd love to know the behind-the-scenes negotiations.
I wonder if
for
we'll
all
ever
of
know.
this. I know.
That's like the
I
most
know.
fascinating
Well,
part about this.
I also want to see where he's going to be in 6 months on
Yeah,
Mixer.
if it's
I
really
wanna
going to change that
see-
much. Well,
Yeah,
that's the other
if
thing.
wants
He had to
do
get
better
so
or-
much guaranteed money because
Yeah.
he was leaving a very built-in loyal fan base,
Right.
And moving platforms. So he wouldn't have done that unless they said we will guarantee you this crazy amount of money.
Yeah,
So
right.
that even though because you're going to potentially leave behind all this other money. I'm mostly curious to see if this is actually going to attract more people to Mixer or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's really going to do it.
I'm curious to see your guys' thoughts as well on this because, I'm going back and forth. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
My reaction wasn't like, oh, great. It was like, oh, snap.
My initial thought was good for Mixer.
Yeah.
And almost certainly good for him, or he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like I'm like, Twitch has got Tfue, Nick Merckx, and Courage, and like every other Fortnite streamer on the planet, almost literally. But like, I'm curious if this is going to either bring people to Mixer or maybe make other Mixer streamers more popular. I don't know. I wonder if at some point Microsoft, I feel like if they do improve, they do get more traffic, they're going to want to show it off.
Yeah.
So I feel like in a couple months, Mixer's going to say like, look at all the people, like Microsoft's going to be like, look at all this new people come to see Mixer. We had this many uptick in views, this many more people streaming on there. They're going to want to really get out there and show it off.
Sure.
So I'm hoping that we will get some metrics to look at.
Yeah.
I'm curious how this affects things.
We'll check back.
All right. Also, Nintendo Switch Lite is getting some pre-orders.
Yeah.
And I maintain that just from personal experience, that this thing is aimed at parents who want to get their Switch back from their kids. Colorado loves the Switch, and we couldn't even dream of touching that during the day.
No.
No way.
No.
If you sit down and play for a second, he just comes right up and yoink.
Yep, yoink.
I mean, he has like changed everything about it. He has like, I had to put the parental controls on there because he was going and like he bought like a skin or something like that, or bought DLC for something. I'm like, what?
He's not, I mean, he is starting to learn to play a little bit.
Yeah.
Mostly he's just in the menus or walking around in some games and things like that, but still it keeps him occupied when our hands are full. We don't use it all the time. I don't want you to think we're that kind of, parenting.
We're gonna hide behind screens, but
no, but sometimes when you're desperate, you're like, here, take this for a little bit.
Yeah,
it
like
is what it is.
Brother Ride is screaming and you gotta do something about him,
Exactly, and I need him to sit still. It's like, here, check this out for a little bit. But I would like the turquoise one, please.
Okay. All right.
I'm just telling you. But, so 200 beans.
200 beans, and it doesn't dock. It's actually got a real D-pad because you can't take the controllers off.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have, the normal Switch, the controllers have to look exactly the same.
Sure.
So like the 4 buttons act like a D-pad because you can take off the controllers, but this is no reason for that. So it looks more like a cross, almost like a big Vita.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I personally really like playing the Switch in docked mode.
Yes,
more
for
than
sure.
anything. If I'm playing Switch, I'm usually playing a docked mode with a Pro controller. So this doesn't attract me that much.
Do you know if it's the same size or close to the same size?
I think it might be a little smaller.
It has to be, right?
I think it's a little smaller. Wow. And it's only handheld. So this also is like RIP 3DS, right? Because
if you see the
why would the 3DS even exist anymore?
Picture here, yeah. Okay, so if you look at this guy's hand, unless he's got like a huge monster, gorilla hand. So it's definitely smaller than the Switch.
It's a little smaller, but it's still big.
Yeah.
It's still big. It's like bigger than the Vita. We just mentioned the Vita, right? So it's definitely bigger than that. It's pretty cool. I mean, if somebody doesn't have a Switch yet, this might be a good foot in the door, especially if you don't think you're ever going to use the connection to the TV. But I like the TV mode. So
I do too.
Oh wait, it does support TV mode?
Wait.
It does support
TV mode, tabletop mode, and handheld mode. Okay. Oh wait. However, it can only be played in handheld. It cannot connect to the TV. Okay. Oh, I put that.
It does not feature a kickstand using tabletop setup. Okay, so it's only handheld. I've never used a kickstand before.
No.
In fact, Colorado broke it off. So
did he?
Yeah, that was that little thing that came off the back of it. That was the kickstand. And we came back home one from work. You're like, what's this? I'm like, yeah, it's kickstand.
He had it in his hand. I saw it happen. He had it in his hand, and he just went like here. It's not like he slammed on the ground.
He probably picked it up and it got caught on a
like,
piece of fabric or something and just snapped it up. I mean,
yeah.
it's not really that solid.
He was just kind of like,
there.
here.
It's very thin piece of plastic.
Yeah.
But but either way, I don't think I'd ever used it before. So yeah, that's.
Oh, here it is. 3.6 inches high, 8.2 inches long.
Okay.
55 deep. Okay.
As opposed to 4 inches high. So almost half an inch.
It's not that bad.
Almost half an inch smaller.
It's just a little
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing crazy. Oh, okay.
Almost like
3 to 7 hours.
Okay.
2.5 to 6.5. Okay.
Okay. The screen is a little more than a half inch smaller. So that's significant. When you're only talking at 6.2 inches, a half inch is kind of significant.
Yeah.
And you're also only going to play in 720p.
Right.
But when it's that small, you don't need to be 1080p.
For sure.
But yeah, all right. So there's an option for you. I'm
like
curious
it.
whether you guys are interested in getting the Switch Lite or not.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
if you are interested in getting it, if you already have a Switch or not. Like you're gonna get one.
Would
to
you
go
get a
with
second
it?
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
A little buddy? A
it
little
makes sense for
child?
kids. It makes sense, especially if you're
It
like
does.
have multiple kids and you got to get them all the same thing.
Yeah.
You get 2 Switch Lites instead of like the
Man,
standard
that's
one.
gonna be us,
I don't know.
isn't it? Oh,
Like the
and
standard
then we
ones for
can't
the
use it.
grown-ups.
Oh my God. Okay, so I don't even need to read this headline because so it was fake.
Well, we knew, of course, it was fake.
They didn't do it. They did it. They had a wedding. They staged it. They charged people $50 to watch a live stream of their wedding.
Because it was a show. It's a show. It's a pay-per-view.
Oh my God.
You know? I mean, like it's as soon as they said this happened, it's like, okay, like, all right. Out of nowhere, Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau get married. It's like, okay, sure, that sounds legit.
You know, like what do you guys think? And I don't want to.
I know we don't talk about
this.
like the YouTube gossip channels a lot, or like these personality channels. We don't talk about this scene very much.
No,
we're not really that into it, but every now and then there's like a big headline and we notice it. And we watched the Shane Dawson thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the only reason I know about any
of
these.
For sure.
Because Tana Mongeau,
we watched
Shane Dawson
the
covered that.
TanaCon one.
Yeah, the TanaCon one, and then we watched the Jake Paul thing.
Yeah, was it Jake or Logan?
It was Jake.
Jake.
Logan was in there a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the only reason I really know a lot about.
You know, like
Thank you, Shane.
I talked to you the day that this happened. I went, hey, guess what? Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau got married. That is how you say her name, right? Mongeau?
I think so, Mongeau. Yeah.
Sorry. And you went, oh, okay.
That's exactly what
I know. And I was like, what? You don't think they're in love? You don't think? And you were like, yeah, all right. I give that like a week. And then like a couple of days later, they said they never really got their license or whatever. But
so they're not
just kind
actually
of doing
married.
it. I know. Well, she said, I saw later in the week that she said it was for fun and content. Yeah. So what do you guys think about this? Are you into this whole scene? Are you over them? Are you over this? I just want to know what you guys think because oof.
I kind of, part of me thinks it was brilliant.
Ha! Yeah.
Because it's like,
I gotta give it to
they
him for
probably
that.
made
Yeah.
a ton of money.
That's a shame though that they charged $50, and then I heard the
It's a
live stream
pay-per-view.
wasn't that good.
It's a pay-per-view. I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's all it is. It's a show. They knew it was a show. They're charging tickets for the
weird.
show. That's
They
all.
should have said, I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to do. Like, were they trying to fool everybody? Were they trying to...
In a way.
Like, was it
way.
supposed to be, like, really tongue-in-cheek? Do they know they're supposed to be, like, really hokey? Or
I think, like, they probably knew that, like, half the people would know that it was just all for show.
Right.
But then would want to see it anyway if they're into them. But then the younger fans probably bought it.
Yeah.
Probably thought it was real.
That's true.
And
'Cause they have
probably
a
were
young
like, oh
fan
my
base,
gosh,
yeah.
maybe they were dating behind the scenes for a really long time, and all of a sudden we didn't know, now they're just going to get married. It's amazing, you know?
maybe.
But
Ugh.
like, at the end of the day, it's like once they came out, it was like, yeah, it was a show. It's like, of course it was. I'm surprised they
Weird.
even said it that quickly.
I
I thought they were
know.
going to ride it for a little bit.
You think so?
They could have done like a channel.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You know?
Yeah.
And just put up like the life of Tana, or they could have put up them like fighting.
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
everything like that,
right.
and people would have been all over it, you know?
Right.
I
My
don't know,
wife thinks I'm cheating.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
They really could. They could have milked this. They could have milked it.
Yikes.
Okay, well now it's time for What You Watching.
What you watching?
Okay, this time this is a joint What You Watching because
It
we've both
is.
been watching this. We every now and then we watch the Tiny Desk concerts.
Tiny music.
Tiny music, yeah.
Hold
Songs-
it closer, tiny music.
No, it makes you think of Stone Temple Pilots. Okay, so on NPR Music's channel, they have a Tiny Desk concert series.
Yes.
That's pretty cool, and we've been really caught on to it recently.
nice. Mm-hmm.
And the one we watched most recently was the Jacob Collier Tiny Desk concert.
That's
which
right.
This is that dude that we only discovered a few months ago. And
Yeah,
I've been
I think
kind
we
of
talked about
fascinated
him
by
a
this
couple
guy.
of times.
Yeah.
I know we've shown a couple of people in our real lives
Yeah.
said like, hey, you have to
I
go
know.
check him out.
Yeah,
because
I've tweeted a couple of his videos.
yeah,
before.
he's in his early or mid 20s rather,
Yeah.
and he's like some kind of musical savant, and he composes, and he's got really good harmonies and voicing and things like that. So we saw him do a Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah.
But it's just like this little intimate little concert in their office.
Yeah.
Behind
in front
a
of like,
desk.
What, 20 people or something?
Yeah, and it's
like.
really cool. And
Yeah.
and we watched Jacob Collier. Mac Miller's got a great one over here.
Yeah.
So does Anderson .Paak. That one is awesome. Lizzo
Tech9
just
did
did
one.
one. Tech9 did one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so great. And they're in these nice little bite-sized, bits. They're about 15 minutes
Do
long.
a few songs. I think like 3 songs
Kind of
a piece usually.
acoustic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're awesome. So if you're a music fan,
Yeah.
go check them out. It's pretty neat.
Definitely
Sesame
check 'em out.
Street did one too. Oh my
That's
god!
right.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So go check them
I
out
like
if you
Mac
can.
Miller's too. That was a good one.
Yeah, Mac
Was that
Miller,
Adele down there?
it's
I
here.
don't think Adele did one. I didn't even
Look
see
at
that.
8 years ago.
Wow.
Crazy.
8 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah, but here's T-Pain. Oh my gosh, I didn't watch T-Pain's. Yeah, I've got to go through this whole
For me,
playlist.
T-Pain's actually a really good singer.
Oh my god, amazing.
Like he's the guy that ushered in the
Amazing.
auto-tune voice.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was his thing. Not everybody has that
For
going
sure.
on.
Mhm.
But like, and if for a dude that like invented basically like made that the thing.
Yeah.
Besides Cher,
Yeah,
I suppose.
right.
He's actually
Do you
a
believe?
really crazy singer. Doesn't need
Right.
it. Doesn't
Wasn't
need
he
it.
the Masked Singer? Remember that show?
Was he?
That was on a while ago where
I
everybody had
think you might
the.
have
Is that
been
what it
right.
was called?
Yeah.
I think he won
Was
or
did he win?
something, and everybody
He
was
did
like, "Who's
something?
in there?" And it
Okay.
was T-Pain.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really, really cool. But go check it out if you can. Okay, it's time for the subreddit of the week, and this week is autumn porn.
Autumn porn?
Now, I don't know about you, but
It's
when
not people boning in
really,
leaves?
No,
Okay.
that would be very itchy.
Yes.
Very itchy.
That
Little
would be- that
bugs.
sounds
little
unpleasant.
Bugs, little bugs. Little
Bugs?
bugs. But whenever it's really like hot and humid like it was this week,
Yeah.
I always have a day where I want like a smack middle of fall day.
My
And then I want to
favorite-
go right back to the heat.
My favorite times of the year
Yeah.
are smack in the middle of spring.
Yeah.
Smack in the middle of fall.
Yeah.
When it's like 75 degrees.
God.
Or like 70 degrees. Like the
Beautiful,
nights
right?
are a little cool. You have to wear like a light jacket if you're going to be outside.
Oh, it's so
and
nice.
then otherwise, like windows open, you don't need the air
Right.
on.
Oh
You don't
my
need
gosh.
the heat on. You
Oh,
know, that's my
just
favorite.
the air
I love
smells
it.
amazing.
Yes.
So there's an autumn porn subreddit that I stumbled back on. I've been following it for a long time, and I was like, you know what? Let me look at it again because it just makes you want fall and all that like pumpkin spice and
Yeah.
vanilla and all
Oh,
that
now
kind
I'm
of stuff.
excited.
I know. So look at this. So at the top of all time, it's a small subreddit in Lancaster, which is kind of up by us. Not really up by us. It's a couple hours away.
We used to live close to
But,
that. We
yeah,
were
it's
about
beautiful.
3 hours away from Lancaster. I think at our closest.
It's
Yeah.
an Amish community.
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours.
And like look at that.
Whoa.
You know, it
Yeah,
is
it's an awesome
beautiful
house,
up there.
too, though.
It is
Like,
beautiful up
It's
in
an amazing
Lancaster.
house. Look at that door.
Yeah, I know.
a great door.
Look at Connecticut.
Whoa.
You know what I mean.
It makes
Doesn't
you wanna
this
go to
make you want
Connecticut.
fall?
Yeah.
I think my favorite time is like right
Are those swans
where?
on the left?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how fancy.
I know. How fancy. I've never lived anywhere with swans.
know.
I don't think.
Swans are actually like real.
Oh my gosh. Look at this one.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that right there. Look, the grass is still
Yeah.
green.
Yes.
The leaves are just starting to fall off.
Exactly.
So you're talking
Yep.
about like, what is that, September, maybe early October?
Maybe.
There-
And- but
this is
then-
like the perfect weather.
I know. But then you know what? This only lasts about like
10
a week.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah. Like you have like 2 or 3 beautiful days.
Yeah.
And then it's all just like threadbare and sad and
And where we live
cold.
now, oh my God, it's a project.
Oh.
Because we're basically a little pocket of woods.
Yeah.
And there's so many leaves when they
Yeah.
fall now
I know.
that I have to like several times a year spend like a lot of time. Like I bought like a crazy leaf blower as soon as
Yeah.
as soon as we moved here.
Futile.
At first I'm like, why would you leaf blow? Leaf blowers are silly. I'm just gonna rake. It'll be fine, no problem. And like tried raking, and after I had to do it like all day for like several days, I was like, never mind. I'm going to Home Depot.
But,
and I'm gonna get a
you know-
backpack Ghostbusters style.
Yeah, but you know, like
leaf
we've
blower.
been here. This will be our 3rd fall here.
Yes. 'cause
And
we moved
it's-
in fall.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous.
It
It's
is
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Just because
Yeah.
we're in all these trees and stuff, we're so lucky.
Really
'cause
lucky,
they
yeah.
all change colors and all of this stuff. This reminds me, I wanted to show you this one, of the tree in front of our old house. Used to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this? It
Yeah.
used to go from the top to the bottom
That's
and have like a
right.
gradient.
Yeah.
But then what would happen is this would fall off.
Yeah.
And then you'd be stuck like with
And
this.
then it looked like you're on like that, like a scientist with a balding top of his head
Yes.
with like little like, things on the side, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. And
Like
it would
old
look
school
like kind of
Jean-Luc
weird.
Picard kind of thing going on.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But that is just gosh darn beautiful. I know we have some pictures on our Instagrams, or I know I have some of mine of our woods around our house. If you want to go look at our Instagram, you have to like go all the way back down. But it's so pretty, and I love the fall. And conversely, that's the second time I've used this word this hour. Conversely, there is also winter porn, summer porn, and spring porn.
Well, spring porn would be good. I don't think.
So,
it could be cool. Winter has some really cool picturesque moments.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So I could see that.
I know. And you know what?
But I'm not that big of a fan of winter otherwise.
I wish I liked winter. I wish I loved winter. Because I know a lot love
really
it.
just not that big in it.
Really?
I think if I moved somewhere that was just temperate, you're like San Diego.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like fall or spring all the time.
Yeah.
We
get all totally 4 seasons here.
We do get all 4 seasons.
We are,
But whenever it drops below, the time for me is whenever it enters the 40s. It's like, okay, I'm done. No more. No more. I don't want it any colder.
Not cold.
40s is cold.
I live in the North
freaking enough. I don't want any lower than the 40s.
Yeah.
Because 50s could be that brisk autumn
You could
evening.
wear a little jacket and a scarf and
40s
some gloves
is
and
all right, if it rains and it's 40, it's miserable.
Yeah.
You know, when it's cold and rainy and not quite ice, just rain and cold
the wintry
rain.
mix.
And then once you get to
my
30s, you're
least
like,
favorite.
crap. This is gonna be crap. I don't want to do it.
I don't want to
anymore.
go out. I don't want to be there.
I gotta get in the car. I gotta turn on the heater. I gotta close the windows. I gotta turn on the heat in the house. It's gonna get stuffy.
It does. Yeah.
You know?
It does get stuffy.
And
that
whole thing happens.
Yeah. But here's autumn. Here's your little piece of autumn in the middle of summer.
This
what
is quite
this
nice.
in Lake?
I'm enjoying
oh my God,
this.
Lake Superior, really?
Wow.
Doesn't that just make you so happy? It wants me to get a blanket and a book. Moving on. Okay, this came out last week, but we forgot to include it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yes.
For,
I haven't watched this yet,
the
so I'm
Mr.
really excited.
Rogers one, where Tom Hanks is Mr. Rogers.
I'm not sure. I'm curious. I'm curious if this is gonna change my mind. Initially, I'm not sure I buy Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers.
Same.
I love
don't
Tom
know.
Hanks. Okay, but
love.
I'm just not sure I see Mr. Rogers.
How attached are you to Mr. Rogers? Do you love Mr. Rogers?
I
grew up with Mr.
That's an
Rogers.
interesting question. Kind of grew up with him. Yeah, it was for me, it was almost just before my time. He was getting a little bit old school.
Oh, for sure.
By the
me
time
too.
that I was a kid, and I'm watching Eureka's Castle. You know, I wasn't even really watching. I was watching some Sesame Street, but Mr. Rogers was a little old school.
Yeah.
But he was just on because I think he was on right after something I would watch.
Yeah,
and it just kind of incidentally would
He was
come
on after Sesame Street.
Okay, well that's
on
what it was
PBS.
then. Because I remember watching the intro to it and then turning it off a lot. So I remember it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh,
a
with the
beautiful day
shoe?
in the neighborhood.
And he would turn
Would
the
you
shoe.
be mine? Yeah, he takes his shoes and he throws it.
Right.
Mine. And then he has his
Nice.
sweater, his nice sweater.
Yeah,
He unzips it,
he
he hangs
zip
it
it.
up.
Yeah.
And he hangs up his jacket, they put the sweater on.
Yes, you know.
And wasn't there
He had a traffic light in his house.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
thought that was cool.
And wasn't there this dreamland he went to where there's a tree?
Land of Make-Believe.
Land of Make-Believe. There it is.
Yeah.
See, I just don't remember.
There
I didn't watch it
was-
a ton.
I used to watch him right after Sesame Street, and my mom would say, "Why are you watching him? He's so boring." But I found him really relaxing.
I always find him relaxing and pleasant.
And I appreciated, and I always appreciated this with grown-ups when I was younger, that he didn't talk to us like we were idiots.
Yeah.
You know, and we talked about feelings and
Yeah.
things. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to make me cry, isn't it?
Hello, neighbor.
Hey, I'm looking for Fred Rogers. In here.
Oh, he's from Pittsburgh.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
He's got his diction.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Yeah, he really does. He has diction.
Hello, neighbor.
This makes me want to watch.
Mr. Rogers, I'm here to interview you.
It is so nice to meet you.
You okay?
Profiling Mr. Rogers.
Boyd, please don't ruin my childhood.
This piece will be
puppets
for an
were
issue
creepy,
about
though.
heroes. Do you consider yourself a hero?
We are trying to give the world positive ways of dealing with their feelings.
Yeah? Like what?
There are many things you can do. You can play all the lowest keys on a piano at the same time.
Oh, man.
You love broken people. like me.
Sometimes we have to ask for help, and that's okay. I think the best thing we can do is to let people know that each one of them is precious.
Oh, Lissy's gonna cry through the whole thing.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Please won't you be my neighbor?
That was wonderful.
Oh my gosh!
He's like-
Really?
He's such an interesting person because he's the kind of person that always seemed so genuinely nice that I was almost suspect. Like,
Really?
there's got to be something crazy going on with this dude.
I think
Like,
he had a background in childhood psychology
Yeah.
and development or something
At the
like
end of the
that.
day, like, there was nothing suspect about him. He just actually was that
like a
nice,
really nice
great
person.
Like, it's
Wow.
I don't know. You just don't see it enough. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember really liking him putting a big emphasis on like helping.
Yeah.
There's helpers and, you know, and asking for help and there's always somebody to help and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, wow.
I'm trying to remember. There was something he lobbied Congress for. And I remember reading that he testified before the Senate to save PBS, the public broadcasting system.
Yeah.
Because that was the channel that had Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers on it.
Right.
And I think they were going to pull the funding. Mm-hmm. And he testified.
There's other stuff on there too, yeah.
And he
I like PBS.
did so in such a way that convinced them,
Yeah, like on the spot.
like, to preserve it. Like he did it. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, look it up if you can because it's a really interesting video where he kind of changes everybody's minds
Yeah.
on the spot. And
Yeah.
the guy actually says, like, you've touched me with what you've said.
Yeah.
And just like one of these people who, some people have a really good way of explaining things.
Yeah.
And are just really good at, you know, getting you to understand where they're coming
Yeah.
from. So I think this is going to be good. I hope
Yeah.
I could see past Tom Hanks, though, because really, I'm still
I keep
kind
seeing
of
Tom
only
Hanks.
seeing Tom Hanks.
I keep just seeing Tom Hanks. I almost wish that this
I
was
know.
the kind of movie where they would have picked like somebody no name that like
yeah.
you know that like they
But it might not get the attention that he deserves.
yeah
that
that's
Mr.
true.
Rogers
you know you
deserves,
got it.
yeah.
And Tom Hanks, I mean, you know, as obviously one of the best actors in the world.
Yeah.
But like
He's America's
I mean,
dad.
he's gonna do a great job.
Yeah.
But I'm still having trouble not seeing Tom Hanks.
I know.
You know, because you know
Love Tom Hanks.
he's so
love
good. But
Tom Hanks.
I know, but
I know.
it still
Everybody
looks really
does.
good. I'm interested.
Yeah, for
because I like
sure.
to hear more about the story of like what was going on behind the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you ever go to that? There's around Pittsburgh. If anybody here is around Pittsburgh, because he is like a god in Pittsburgh
Really?
and around the area. There's a museum. They have a theme park or areas of a theme park that's all like Mr. Rogers theme. They have the Land of Make Believe and the trolley and all that kind of stuff. And it's really cool. And you're like, oh wow, you know. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is a trailer for The Irishman, which I am so curious about because it's Martin Scorsese's next movie, and it's got Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and Joe freaking Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Out of retirement.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what this is about, which I find really
I
interesting?
really don't know.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
heard the cast. I'm like, I'm sold.
I have tea.
And Scorsese doing it.
I have tea.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So this is about the guy that supposedly killed Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh.
Right. So he kind of confessed to it in a roundabout way. His like nickname was the Irishman or whatever. But I know about this because the guy's from Camden.
Oh.
Right. Which is a town in New Jersey. It's been Camden's it's a rough city.
It's considered one of the most dangerous cities in the country.
Right. And we live within a half
Pretty
hour.
close, too.
Pretty close. We
Yeah.
could be there
In a half hour.
in a half hour.
Yeah.
In the middle of it in a half hour.
We could be. I'm not
And
going to, but we could be.
It's a scary area. There's been like it's always like a point of contention around the elections. Who's going to clean up Camden? People have tried to, you know, like revamp it and everything. It's a rough area.
Yeah.
But it's sad. It's sad because a lot of people are trying to help. I used to work there. But this guy is from Camden, and he was supposedly contracted to kill Jimmy Hoffa. And there's a lot of mob in Philly still.
Yeah.
But I know, like, oh my God, my mom's side of the family has mob members in it. I think they're all either gone or dead
I think
or something.
my parents
Have to ask
grew up
my
in
mom.
Philadelphia too, and if you have parents who grew up in Philadelphia,
Oh, you too.
yeah, it's on my dad's side.
That's right.
There's
You
there's
too.
some mob
So
back
my
there,
side
too.
and your side with the
Yeah,
mob.
there's some loose ties in there, some relatively distant ties.
Distant,
but
yeah.
they're there.
Yeah.
And if you have parents who grew up in Philadelphia, there's some distant ties there somewhere.
are.
There was some
That's a good
massive
point.
mob involvement. in
Yeah,
Philly
I
a long
remember my
time.
mom saying that when she was growing up, my mom's from South Philly, that they all got pulled into their house because they were shooting up a house like a couple blocks over.
That's crazy.
Or whatever, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, it's really scary. So everybody around here has theories about what happened to Jimmy Hoffa because the Irishman's from around here. So I heard the 50-yard line at a Giant Stadium,
Okay.
or the 107 section of Giant Stadium.
Okay.
I heard an oil barrel out of the shipyard.
Okay.
Going out of the shipyard.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you hear any or no?
No.
Really? I heard dismembered.
As you're around them off,
Everybody's got
I'm
them.
remembering hearing them, but
Yeah.
like they're not like in the back
Yeah,
of my head.
but like in school and stuff, everybody was like, "Oh, I know that my
He's probably
uncle
not the 50-yard
knew a guy."
line in
You know,
Giant
we're like,
Stadium.
"Yeah, I know." I think MythBusters went
Oh, okay. Did
and
they?
went to go check or whatever, and they were like, "He's not down
Probably
there."
not. Probably not.
But yeah, so this is about the guy who killed Jimmy Hoffa, who I think he was friends with him or something, and I don't know who everybody is. But I'm curious about this because they use the young face technology thing here. So I want to see how it works. I think they have like a young De Niro
Okay.
or a young Pacino because they've been doing movies for what, 80,000
So
years?
it's a Godfather only with computers,
Yeah.
basically.
All right, let's
Godfather
see.
2.
I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Hello?
Oh, snap.
Hi, my friend. I got that kid I was talking to you about here. I'm gonna put him on the phone and let you talk to him, okay?
Oh my God!
Hello?
I haven't seen him in so long.
Yes.
Hiya, Frank. This is Jimmy Hoffa.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you, too, even if it's over the phone. Our friend speaks very highly of you.
Thank you.
Only 3 people in the world have one of these. And only one of them is Irish.
I heard you paint houses.
Oh, it's going to be violent as hell, isn't it?
Yes, I do, sir.
Scorsese, you know?
Where are you going?
Going to work.
Well, you know, there's a situation going on now, Frank. Big business and the government, they're trying to pull us down.
You might be demonstrating a failure to show appreciation.
I know things they don't know I know.
You can't miss the big picture.
Sooner or later. Get the gun out of his hand! Everybody put here as a date when he's gonna go.
Do you want to be a part of this fight? Would you like to be a part of this history?
Yes, I would. Whatever you need me to do, I'm available.
He likes to talk, don't he?
Oh my God.
Damn!
Are you serious with that cast?
Damn! I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be on Netflix.
It's gonna be on Netflix? I didn't know that. Are you serious? Netflix landed
Oh my God, we can
Scorsese?
see it when it comes
I know
out.
we can see. This is actually great.
We can see
We
it.
always have to wait stuff in the theaters. We never get to go to the theater.
Honey
So
bunny.
it's actually really exciting. But holy crap, Netflix got Scorsese and De Niro and Pacino and Pesci. Holy crap. That's insane.
man.
Although it looks like they kind of straddle the line. They're doing some theaters in Netflix, but if they're going to have it on day of release in Netflix,
How do you think it
that's
looks?
amazing.
How do you think this looks, by the way? Speaking of which,
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it looks like De Niro. It's not
like
like
De Niro.
they didn't have enough
They didn't go
to
too
pull
far.
from.
They didn't go too far.
Yeah.
I was afraid they'd go too far. And it doesn't look like it's not like Superman's mustache.
Well, they're also working with the lighting a lot here.
yeah. Oh yeah.
They've got
they
them
should.
in
That's
dim
smart.
lighting.
That's
Yeah,
smart.
that is very smart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope it's not distracting. I guess we'll find out when we watch it. You know, as long as it's not distracting.
Yeah. Oh
But,
my gosh. Each one of these all De Niro
Pesci.
and these are the old PA tags. You remember these?
Oh yeah, with the Liberty Bell in the middle.
Yeah. Oh my God. We grew up with these.
Bicentennial State. Yeah.
Bicentennial State. Yeah. The Liberty Bell. If you ever go to Philly, don't visit the Liberty Bell. Let me tell you right now, because you know what? It's a bell with a crack in it.
It's bell with a crack in it.
And that's it. And
It's
they
not as
dump
big
you when
as
you
you
get
think
shot.
it is too. You're just like,
That's
oh,
right.
it's always small.
That's
It's definitely
right,
smaller than
it's
you think it is.
small. That's
You're like,
right.
wait a minute, it's not even that big.
Don't go see the Liberty Bell. It's like, all right. But wow, this looks crazy. Look at, oh my God, Pacino. And Joe Pesci, yo.
I know, I'm so excited to just the
I
three of them
am
together.
really, really excited
There's been
about
too
Joe
many
Pesci.
amazing movies with these people.
I know.
You know?
This is insane. And every time Goodfellas is on, I mean, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I always watch it. And I'm always like, why am I watching Goodfellas? Every time it's on, I watch it.
you?
Yeah, I know. And my cousin Vinny, anytime there's a Joe Pesci movie on, we're like, yeah.
My cousin Vinny's great.
I know,
Yeah, I
it's
love that.
so good. Wow, I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. It's going to be so violent and so bloody.
Yeah, well.
Gross.
Okay, well, that was that episode of BS on the Internet.
Wowee!
If you want to know anything more about what we talked about, links are in the description. And don't forget to watch us on Twitch. It's 3 years ago. Can't wait to see how pregnant women reacted to fatalities. And if you like this video,
yes,
please support us on Patreon. Click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, bye.
Bye!